Hello there, Mr. 411. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, Zach. I'm doing great. I'm about to attempt something today that I haven't done in a long, long time, and
I,
that's roller skating.
oh, I didn't want to guess what that might be.
Yeah, good job there. Because well, yeah, there's a lot of ways that could have went, but roller skating is what's going to happen today, man. So, man, But what about yourself, man? How's everything going on your end?
uh, no complaints. Still blessed. Still loving life.
Hey,
Uh,
man, there you go. Anytime you can see another day, it's a great one.
yes, it is.
All right. Well, you know what we got to do, man. Tonight is game one, Celtics and Boston Celtics, Miami Heat. Your Miami Heat.
Correct. I'm wearing a hat to represent today.
I see that. I see that, Zach. There you go. Represent your squad, man. And the Miami Heat, they are the number one seed in the East. And we also have a Western Conference matchup that's set too. So what we're doing today is we're just going to give our it's going to be nice, smooth, and sweet today, but we're just going to give our predictions. We want to get it in before it starts. You know, a lot of people like to talk after the fact. Sports Brothers don't do that. We go ahead and step out there. And so we're going to talk about it, give our predictions. You ready to do it, Zach?
I am ready.
Sports Brothers.
And it's good to have you back.
Yes, sir. Welcome everyone to the show. He's Zach. I'm Mr. 411. We are the Sports Brothers. We need you to do us a small favor. It doesn't cost you a single dime to do it.
I kind of think maybe we don't need to say dimes or quarters or things of that nature because do people even use those anymore? It, it shouldn't
Oh,
be
a single crypto,
doesn't
whatever that
cost
is.
you a swipe or
Uh-oh.
holding your phone up to your face or whatever it would be.
Yeah. All the above.
Yes.
Yes, sir. But if you all, we welcome you to the show. We thank you for watching and listening. Please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. Please hit the notification so you can get all the updates on all the shows. And you don't want to miss that. So please do those things. And as always stated, it doesn't cost anyone anything to do that. Just maybe 2 or 3 seconds of your time. It'd be
Yes.
greatly appreciated.
Yes, it would.
All right, Zach. All right, we'll go ahead and jump into it. The Eastern Conference matchup. No, I'm sorry, Zach. We have something. We have something first. Let's go ahead and throw this in there. Tonight is the NBA lottery. You mentioned that to me earlier this morning, and we'll put out the odds right there. Looks like the Houston Rockets have the or one of the four teams that have the best odds. Orlando Magic, Detroit Pistons. That would be a nice team to get it.
Uh,
So at least those three teams they have good odds, and then the Oklahoma City Thunder have significant odds. Usually in the draft lottery, you know, there's times that anything can happen. Chicago Bulls were near the bottom there, and they ended up jumping up and getting Derrick Rose. San Antonio Spurs back in '97 somehow jumped up into the lottery and ended up with Tim Duncan and threw that off and kind of, you know, put a wrench into the history of the league. So, the lottery is tonight. Was there anything you want to say about that before we get to our games?
just what wasn't it? I'd say Detroit and Houston are probably pretty excited because they already got some nice young pieces last year, so they can add another nice young piece to that. Uh, Probably help them with their future. You would hope, but we see a lot of teams in the lottery, in and out of it many years. If nothing else, they can do the baseball type thing, have the prospects, and take a big swing for somebody that's really good.
Yeah, that's right. So it still has a little life there in the lottery. And again, it's the beginning. It's hope. it resembles hope for some organizations. And some of those teams at one point in time were playoff teams and contenders, and now they're in the lottery sweepstakes. But this is ebb and flow. At some point in time, all of our teams are in that or somewhere in that position. So maybe down the line we'll be seeing some of these teams in the position that the four teams that we're going to talk about today.
I would agree. That is always a possibility.
All right,
And,
was that?
and I'm trying to get to the lottery now myself. You just reminded me. So
Oh, you trying to get to where now?
to the lottery. You just reminded me. So I appreciate it.
All right. Well, check out Heavenly Spa Mobile, 2484 Ingleside Ave, Building A, Suite 101-A, Macon, Georgia, 31204. Latanya, she can be reached 478-747-9231. Heavenly Spa Mobile, where relaxation is the key. Zach,
Yes,
we're now
sir.
we're now into our this or that session, and the this or that for today uh, is the Miami Heat hosting the Boston Celtics. And so this is the opening night, game one. But we want to give our prediction of this series. So, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, it seems like Al Horford is out tonight now for because of COVID protocols.
Whoa.
Uh, but that's not that big of a deal, and I say that only because Miami has the home court advantage. Uh, so I guess in theory, you would expect Miami to win the first two. Like if Miami wins the first two games, nobody's gonna go crazy because they're just kind of holding serve, and the Celtics need to go home and hold serve, and then you hope you get one on the road. Uh, no different than what they were able to do with the Bucks a couple times. These teams, well, the more talented team I would say are the Boston Celtics. They're probably more talented. They probably actually have, even though the Heat went to the finals a few years ago with the bubble, I'd say the Celtics actually probably have more playoff experience. So, and I want to say Vegas has them as the favorite. But I'm going to brand this as the BAM series. Bam should be able to dominate. There are no 7-footers that should be able to stop him. Embiid, particularly with his size, gave Bam some problems. This is why, if you're Miami, Bam, we gave you that money. You should be the clear advantage that we have. Even if Robert Williams comes back, Robert Williams isn't some all NBA player or even all star. Bam is supposed to be a low level all star, possibly low level all NBA type guy. So if Bam can show up to the party and really dominate his matchup, force the Celtics' hands on some things, Jimmy Butler and Tatum, for the most part, should cancel each other out. I do expect Jaylen Brown to probably be the next best player as far as the wing guys in the series. He should outplay Tyler Hero, but Tyler Hero shouldn't his contribution shouldn't be that much of a mismatch. With all of that said, I was just saying I'll take these Celtics in 6 because they have the better team, and I don't have much faith that Bam is going to come through. He seems to be someone that can front run very well, but when the expectations are there, or if he's at a clear disadvantage, he maybe doesn't give you what he's supposed to get. And he gets hurt occasionally too at some of the worst times. I guess not that getting hurt is ever a good thing, or there's a good time to get hurt, but some of the worst time he gets hurt. So I'm gonna go Celtics in 6, as much as I don't want to do that. But
All right.
how
Well,
Bam
well,
plays can change my mind about that. We'll see.
yeah. The Al Horford not playing. Wow, I didn't expect that one today. But again, we are still in the COVID era,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. So things can happen like that. Steve Kerr has been out for a couple games in the Grizzlies series. So who knows? I mean, that's the wild card and everything. So with that said, I still feel like at this point, uh, Boston will win this series. I had them eliminated by the Bucks, but this is a different series now. It's the Heat, and that's no slight on the Heat. I just think that the Heat, they're an excellent team. They should not be taken for granted. Number one seed in the conference. They play well as a unit and all that. But I think that Boston, with their top-rated defense, will help neutralize some of the offense from the Heat. And I think that's where I'll be taking a closer look at is the schemes that Boston deploy on defense, and they do have the players with the proper length to kind of curtail Jimmy Butler. With Tatum and Brown, they have the athleticism, the quickness to kind of stay with him. So I think that, and vice versa, Brown can go off too, and he
Yes.
doesn't have to go off every night, but there could be nights where he actually goes off. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I think it'll be a fun series, but I do think the Celtics will take it. If I had to put a number of games on it, I will go with 6 games as well. I don't think this is a quick series, and 6 or 7 games is not considered that in my case. So I'm going to go with the Celtics over the Heat in 6 games.
And the only thing I'll maybe counter you on, you said Brown doesn't have to go off. Like I don't know what you consider going off, but I do think Brown should win. Like Brown should win his matchup. Like there shouldn't be as I was saying about Hero. Like the Heat bring Hero off the bench, but Brown should win. Like he should clearly win his matchup. I like if it comes in where Brown is like that would be something maybe that could pull it back where the Celtics don't win. Because the only advantage I see that the Heat have is for Bam. Other than that, unless Boston plays down to the Heat, you would think kind of as you're saying they would play better. So Brown should actually go off. Tatum, I can understand if he doesn't have, because my guess is the Heat are going to pay a lot of attention to Jason Tatum, just like I'm sure Boston is going to pay attention to Jimmy Butler. But with that said, Brown should be able to get over on his matchups.
Yes,
Would
sir.
be my guess.
The key, will be what can Brown do for you, and so we'll see what he can do not only
I
for
don't.
you but for the Celtics in this series.
I don't think
But I
anybody
do think
remembers that.
I think he is the key guy there. I think he's the key there.
Yes.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good series, man. And on a personal level, it doesn't matter to me which team win, but for our broadcasting purposes here, have to make the prediction. So I'm going Celtics as well.
Yeah. Well, of course, it does matter to me who wins. But I gotta do the what is it? Facts over feelings. That the Celtics just look like the better team, and they have a really good chance to win the championship this year. Probably
Yeah,
the best chance with this group of guys they've had in since they've been together.
absolutely. And yeah, the Celtics have been in the. As a matter of fact, I think Tatum and Brown at least been 3 years, and it might be 3 years in a row that they've been in the conference final.
Well, this is Tatum's third conference finals, and this is Brown's fourth conference finals.
Yeah, right. And so
So they,
together it would be like 3 of them that they shared. So yeah, they have some
yeah,
conference finals experience, which is something that you really don't think about, but they have. Mainly probably because they haven't broken through and made the finals yet. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Another thing that is also fun to do is check out Ernest Butts Jr. Boxing Academy on 3555 Mercer University Drive. Suite 104-1, Macon, Georgia, 31204. Ernest Butts, he gives you 2 numbers, 478-254-5442, 478-319-1502. Reach out to Ernest Butts Jr. He'll get you in the best shape of your life, get your boxing skills up.
man, you almost sound like Ernest Butts Jr. there.
Hey, I tried. I tried my best there, man. And also, before we put in our talk about the East, during the regular season, as you see across the bottom, Boston won 2 out of the 3 matchups. If anyone wants to use that as an indicator,
I, You can. And before I guess we can kind of transition to I'm pushing it. But what I didn't realize, Golden State currently would have home court advantage in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's something to look to, especially if that's the direction people are going. In their thoughts of that matchup, which we're gonna, as you stated, which we're gonna jump into next. Uh, www.ptwithgrit.com. Keith Morgan, check him out on his website. He loves to. He has does personal training as well, and he will also get you in the best shape of your life. And he'll tailor the program to your needs, your expectations, your goals, and assess your body, and then take it from there. So if you want to look like Zach, check out www.ptwithgrit.com.
That is very cute. But yes, check out Grit. He will get you in some good shape also. Some great shape.
All right. Two teams that are in great shape, the Mavericks and the Warriors. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. A great position to be in. Dallas has during the regular season won 3 out of 4 matchups against the Warriors. That's a good side note. Don't know how much that comes into play, but we're going to talk about it now. So, Zach, I pass the baton over to you.
Yeah, this one will probably be really quick. You just already gave the key stat that Dallas won 3 out of 4. And as much as I said that Boston has a great chance to win the championship, Dallas has a phenomenal chance to win because didn't realize this. They would have home court if they make the finals over, say, Boston, as we're both predicting Boston to win. I don't see how the Warriors stop Luka. I think we kind of sort of got into this last night, which is why I said when we did our this or that the other day, and we had a choice between once again Morant, Tatum, and or Luka.
Doncic.
I'm sorry, yes, Luka. And I said, hey, I'll go with Tatum because Luka, you know, doesn't necessarily fit the mold. I'm going back on that. I don't see how Golden State stops Luka, and I'm gonna take Dallas in 5 games, and that's really it. Luka is a severe mismatch for them. They don't, unless Curry, unless Curry is really, and you'll have to remind me, has Curry had a series where he has like really just gone off and he's giving you close to 40 in the series and just shot lights out in any of his playoff series since he kind of
Oh no, not
started?
yet. Not this season. Not
Well,
this playoff season.
no, I mean any playoffs. Has he ever just kind of given you almost 40 and just been lights out?
No, not really. He's been solid, but if you're talking about something abnormal or something just amazing, he has not.
Yeah. So unless that's going to happen, or unless just as a team, Golden State is just going to shoot really well from three, I don't see how they stop Luka and or cancel out Luka. And you might have a better idea, but in between Clay, Draymond, they lost Gary Payton II. Uh, I'm not sure. Like you can throw a lot of bodies at Luka, but I don't think like I already thought Golden State was kind of a year ahead of where they were supposed to be. That next year they would be maybe a team that they could really get to the finals and win the championship. Things broke their way this year. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas in 5, Luka in 5, and I think Kid keeps this thing rolling.
All right, so you have Dallas in 5. In this matchup here, I think that uh, Doncic will. I mean, I think that it's going to be one of those up and down games. Up and down the floor, a little more wide, a little wide open action. I think it'll kind of carry on like the previous series between the Suns and the Mavericks. Typical Western Conference style of play. Um, I do like the point that you made about the Warriors being able to put multiple bodies on him. You have Kaminga. I think he has the height, the length. May not have the strength, but he is a long guy. Then you have Wiggins, who also has the body type they can throw on him as well. So that's another 6 fouls if needed. More energy right there. there's times you can put Clay there, and so there's a lot of ways that they can go with that defensively. The key for Dallas is going to be who else is going to make consistent baskets. That's what they're going to need. Dinwiddie had a great game, scoring game in Game 7 against the Suns, but the reason why we making that a big deal is because it doesn't happen often. So who's going to be that player for the Mavericks? Because the Warriors can score. They have multiple guys that can give you points on a nightly basis. We talked, you just talked about it where Curry maybe hasn't been a monster, but there's been help coming elsewhere, whether it's
Yes.
Poole or whether it's Game 6 Clay, or even Wiggins. And people got to remember Wiggins was a top pick in the draft. So the
All
Warriors
star this
actually
year.
add up a number one, you know, projected player. So they have a lot of weapons there. On the other side there with the Warriors, um, I, it's just a matter of the matchup that I'm looking for is when Draymond Green, what Draymond Green are they going to get? Are they going to get a Draymond Green that can play defense, key defense on Luka, and get key rebounds in this matchup? So I will be looking to see how if this puzzle can be solved right here
Yeah,
between
I have no faith
Green
in
and
that.
Luka. Uh,
Yeah.
Green will try to get physical at times, and he'll try to blur the line a little bit. But Luka's a big guy, and I'm wondering if he'll be able to really get get through that or get into the head of Luca on that. I don't think he will, but I still want to see how this plays out. Um, and we'll find that out quickly because at some point we're going to see these two gentlemen right here collide. But for my prediction, I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors. I believe the Warriors will win this series. I think the door opened up for them with the Suns being eliminated, and I believe the Warriors will win this series in 6 games. So I think it's going to be 6 games as well. Um,
And what do you think gets them over the top against the Mavericks?
what's going to get them over the top? The Warriors.
Because I say I don't see them, like, I don't see how they stop Luca.
Well, and that's what I don't think they have to stop Luca to win this. I
Okay.
don't think they have to. I think that they just have more ways to get it done on a nightly basis. And I think that that's ultimately what's going to do the Mavericks in. Uh, I don't see the Mavericks being able to lock down the Warriors. The Warriors move the ball a lot. Their players are very active. The ball
Yes.
moves. So, and it's not really relied upon to have one player be the key facilitator, kind of like what Phoenix situation was, because ultimately, um, ultimately what happened with the Mavericks made Booker they forced Booker to try to be a playmaker.
And it seems like we have some technical difficulties, but I think where Mr. 411 was going is that the Mavericks took the ball out of Chris Paul's hands, gave the ball to Booker to be a playmaker, and Booker had to do some things that he is not necessarily familiar with. So you have my prediction of I have Golden State in 6 games. I'm sorry, I have the Mavericks in 6 games. Mr. 411 has Golden State in 6 games, and we'll get to see how this plays out. Now, I I think we are coming towards the end because Mr. 411 does have that technical difficulty, but appreciate all of y'all being with us. And we're gonna keep you abreast of what is going on while the finals are continuing, and we'll give you an update on the NBA draft lottery. Expect to hear from us again next Monday, but we may get a show in for you sometime Friday or Saturday just to get a quick little update in. Uh, as Mr. 411 always goes about doing. Hey, we definitely want y'all to subscribe to us. It doesn't cost you a thing. Support us, and we're gonna try to keep getting you good content out. And send us some questions. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on IG. We are there. We're listening, and we love talking sports. We've been doing this since 1988. And with that said, for the Sports Brothers, I am Zach. Uh, Mr. 411, you just saw him. Appreciate it as always. You guys take care and have a good night.